They help us get past the setbacks, the disappointments, the slip-ups, the mistakes, the lost sales, the failure to make sales. Because it's not just how we handle victory that matters, it's also about how we handle defeat and disappointments. In everyday life, we all get setbacks for our dream. The world has had a massive setback with the coronavirus. All our dreams have been set back over the last 4 months and will be for some months to come. Do we throw in the towel? Do we surrender? Do we just give up? Or do we dust ourselves off, get up, and get out there again? The nations of the world will come through this. Some people have already recognized new opportunities, new ways of working. Look at a company like Zoom. Before the coronavirus, it was a successful company. Now it is a mega successful company. It's proved how useful it is. We are using it today. They've seen an opportunity and they've seized the moment. That's what we have to do to make our dreams come true. Every day, getting up that little bit earlier or working that little bit later, being that little bit more thorough, that attention to detail, making sure that we thank those that assist us, that we give them encouragement and we support them as best we can in their way forward. Good things come back to us. So to be a dream catcher, a dream realizer, we've also got to be a dream maker for other people, a dream assistant. We've got to look for opportunities to make other people's dream come true, because we'll observe, we'll share, we'll learn, and we'll take things from that experience that'll help us in our journey. In each of our countries, there are people that we can look up to. There are people around the world that we can take encouragement from against the odds. Every few years, something that inspires me is the Paralympics, when we see sportsmen and women, many of whom have lost limbs or have suffered from conditions which have incapacitated them, but they've still gone on to get to the very peak of the sports in which they participate. They've not thrown in the towel. They've not given up. They have embraced the situation and they've believed in their self. They've gone out there and they keep trying. Whatever your aim is in the next 6 weeks, we hope that you're going to believe in what you want to do. Start to ask all of us, how can we get there with your dream? How can we help you with your dream? What experience do we have to share with you? Life experience, leadership experience, because each one of us is a leader. If you're going to be a person to realize your dream, you need to be a great leader, because you have to lead from the front with your dream, because possibly you're going to be setting up a business, maybe employing others, convincing others to invest in your business. You're going to need to manifest leadership skills. So we need to ask, for our dream, what makes a great leader? What do we look for in a leader? What is true leadership? What is leadership of self? What is leadership of others? How does a leader handle defeat? How does a leader handle missing out on promotion? How does a leader miss out on winning an award? How do they cope with that? And how do they turn it around in a positive and constructive way? Each one of us can think about leaders. Leaders in our families, our communities, our societies, our nations, our world. Who are they? What are their remarkable qualities? Why do we admire them? I'm a great believer in three, the number three. I always say to people, try and find three positives about a situation and three challenges or things that we have to try and get round. So whatever you face in your day-to-day life, try and find three positives in the situation that you're in and possibly three of the challenges that you need to get over. If we think of the coronavirus, each one of us has been impacted by the coronavirus. So are there any positives? Yes, there are. For a start, more people are embracing technology to interact with each other. That has come from the coronavirus. We've learned to innovate, to adapt, to survive. Many of us have actually thought more about our family and friends and our communities during this time of trial. We've been tested, and this challenge has encouraged us to think more about other people. And maybe also from the coronavirus, we've had to use our time differently. Some of us have been engaging in do-it-yourself, decorating the home, decorating the garden, sorting out the cupboards. Other people have taken up gardening for the first time in life. Other people have said, do you know what? I'm going to learn a new skill. I'm going to do a course online. The coronavirus has provided the circumstances, but we have seen the opportunity. We've turned a negative into a positive. Yes, it's been a monumental challenge. For many people, it has meant zero income. For many people, it has meant they can't travel around. They can't travel to meetings. They can't travel internationally to meet clients. Those are all negatives that we've had to try and get round as best we can. My middle brother is a bank manager. He's had to work from home for a lot of the time and adapt and use technology as never before. My youngest brother is a specialist in healthcare, training or working with COVID patients. And this crisis has taught us all to appreciate health professionals and care workers in the way that we've never appreciated them before. It's made us realize how valuable they are. To have a dream, you need to realize how valuable you are to yourself, to your family, to your community, to your nation, and to the world. That is quite something. We very rarely stop to think how valuable we are to the world, to our countries, to our communities, and to our families. We need to do that if we're going to take things forward. We need to set ourselves dream goals by the day, by the week, by the month, by the year. What is your dream plan for the next week? Have you got one? What are your objectives? How are you going to get there? Each of us needs to have an ambition. I'm happy to take any questions over time, and I'm sure through the good offices of Dr. Datta, if any of you want to email questions, if you don't want to raise them in the course of the workshops over the next 5 to 6 weeks, we're always happy to have you engaged as best we can. But I really want you to start thinking about this dream, because this is the magic 1%. Think of the dream as the magic 1%. This is what is going to help carry you forward in whatever the dream is you have, whether it's to set up a business, whether it's to achieve certain qualifications or certain objectives in your life. We all need the magic 1%.